bingo update for you guys. So we're going to talk about what we're going to do for palette bingo going on in 2024, going forward in 2024. I'm going to also discuss the last palette bingo that I had, which was, I got up to 25, palette bingo number 25. And that was the Revolution. This is the Jewels Opulent palette. So we're going to talk about that a little bit. And then I have a couple other shadows that I'm going to discuss and all of that. Okay, so let's go ahead and talk about what we're going to be doing, and then we'll get back and then we'll get to the Revolution one and all the other palettes. In 2023, when I started the palette bingo, I created the wheel. I put all the shadows that I owned into the wheel that were about 6 pans, I think it was, or more, got into the wheel. And what it does, if you're new to my channel, welcome. And what it does, the wheel then will generate a palette for me. Then I will create another wheel with all of the shadow names in that palette, and it will spit out 4 shadows for me to come up with the look. And that's the challenge. And then after the challenge is done, then I have to use all of the shadows that are in that palette to move on to the next palette bingo. Now, at that point, though, after the challenge Get Ready With Me is done, I do film it. I come and I share the look that I created with the 4 shadows it picked for me. But after that, I can use any shadows that are in that palette with any other palette or any other single shadows that I owned. Now, the single shadows or any palettes that are 6 pans or less did not make it onto the wheel. However, they did come onto the master list. And I also have to use those shadows. They're just not going to be in a wheel to create, to challenge me. You know what I mean? But I do have to use it. So that is sort of the nature of the game. Now, what was happening in 2023 was I was buying shadows, palettes, whether it be singles or palettes. I was buying makeup. And so every time I would get a new palette, I would then add it to the wheel, and I kept adding it to the wheel. And so the wheel never really got any tinier. It just, kept growing. So I started thinking about it, and sort of midway or so into 2023, I said, you know what, any palettes that I buy in the current year will not go into the wheel. So at that point, I went back into the wheel and I removed all of the palettes that I bought in 2023. And I've been keeping those separate. So all the shadows that I purchased, whether they're singles or not, they've been in my bottom drawer. And as I buy them, I just put them down there. Now, the palettes that have been generated and have been highlighted as used, whether they be from the roulette wheel, meaning a 6 pan or more palette, or anything that's been singles that I've been using, I've been highlighting and crossing off the list. Things like this. Okay. Those shadows, I've been taking those and I've been also separating them out. So basically what I have left here really is just the shadows that I need to use up, which is kind of a good thing that I did that, because now going into 2024, I sort of want to run it the same, but it's going to be the same, but a little different. Okay, let me explain. First of all, in terms of the palettes and what's going to go into the wheel for 2024, is any palette that I own that is from 2023. So in that way, it's going to be the same. But I'm going to explain why it's going to be a lot better for me coming into this year. Okay, so anything from 2023 is on this new master list. Okay, I put 2023. It should say 2024 because it's 2024 challenge. But the shadows are from 2023 and older. And they're singles and palettes, okay? Doesn't matter. It's everything I own. Now, the reason why you already see these highlighted in the new master list for 2024 is because I decided that everything that I used up in 2023, which this is the 2023 list, will remain out of the challenge, okay? Out of the challenge, because really honestly, it's a couple of singles that I used up, and it only got to palette bingo number 25. So you're looking at 25 palettes in essence that got used. So what I decided to do is just keep them out. Why? Because I'm going to still incorporate them in looks. I'm still going to do that. So for instance, once the palette, the roulette wheel picks a palette, then picks the 4 shadows, I do the challenge, and I use the 4 shadows. Everything in that palette I have to use up. That's when I'll pull those out and incorporate them in there. I just kind of feel like because I didn't get so far ahead, they don't need to come back in, it'll be fine. It'll be fine. But yeah, so that's how I'm going to incorporate the ones I've already used. So you will already see what's highlighted from 2023. So these are the shadows that were challenged in 2023, but they're 2022 and older. I hope that makes sense. The other change is that I'm not going to put palettes in there that are about 6 pans. I'm not going to do that. Probably everything that's 9 pan or older or more are going to go into the roulette wheel. Anything smaller than that, it's not really, the video itself takes me quite a bit to do, from like just generating the palette, generating the shadows, coming over here and creating the look, then everything else on my face, you know what I mean? And then trying to edit it all out and talk about other palettes and the way I do it, review the previous palette bingo, and then we cross it off. It does take a lot of time. And to put in a palette in there that are 6 pans, 7 shadows, 6 shadows, it's a lot of work because then I'm having to do it again right away because I use it up so quickly. So I'm really looking at about 9 pans or older to put into the roulette wheel. I think that's going to work better for me. Yeah. So now, but that doesn't mean, again, that doesn't mean that it's not on the master list. It is. I just use it. I still have to use them for 2024. I still have to use them. So remember, anything that I used in 2023, which are 25 palette bingos, so they're 25 palettes, plus all the little singles that I used, are not coming back into the master list. They're on the master list, but they're already highlighted, okay? Okay. Anything that I buy in 2024 will not be going on the list, just like I did last year's. Because it's going to be a lot better for me this year, because I'll put a link here to the video where I discuss how I am buying my makeup. Now, I'm not going to be on a no buy. I'm not, because that's not realistic. So I decided to come up with a way to really be able to branch out, because I definitely want to branch out into other brands, indie brands and different things that catch my eye. I have a little running list going, and just try makeup. I love makeup and I want to try it. And so I came out with the point system, and then also I came out with a bonus round, and then I came up with a for sale for credit system. And that's all in that video that I linked for you. So what's going to happen is it's going to be very, very, very much controlled in terms of going to the TJ Maxx, Sephora, Ulta, and everywhere else they sell eyeshadows, because that's my weakness, and just going, ooh, it's so brand new, it's so shiny, it's not swatched, it's so, and then buying it, and buying it. So it's going to be very controlled, and so I don't foresee, shadow palettes, new shadow palettes coming into my collection. It's going to be very much how much I earn in order to buy. So that's the goal. That's the goal of it all. So there's that. Now let's go ahead and talk about, so this is my old master list. Now this is the new one. This has all of the shadows that are from 2023 and older. Okay, nothing new here. Nothing new here. In fact, there's already a new one that we crossed off. You're not going to see me cross anything off. I've already done it just to save time on this sort of continue palette bingo. I don't have the new palette that we're going to be doing. I'm not going to do any of that. I just kind of wanted to give you guys how I'm going to play it out and then just talk about these real quick. All right, so for palette bingo number 25, I'll put the link to that video here. I had to use a Revolution. This is the Jewels Collection Opulent palette, and I used them all. In fact, I just threw away the list where it had all of the names, so I cross them off as I use them. So there it is, guys. There it is. I'm going to keep it. And that's another thing why I like doing this too, because I get to use the palette, and then if I like it, I keep it. And if I don't like it, I get rid of it. This is a very nice palette. I really, really did enjoy this one a lot. So this is definitely going to stay in my collection, and it's going to join the other ones that I've already used. Now, I've also used other shadow palettes as well, since this one I did a little bit ago and I was using other shadows. Today I actually used this little single from Cargo. This is from Morton Bay, and so I used this one today. I really like it. It's nice. Yeah, it's nice. It was a really nice purple, so I did use that today. I did have to kind of work on it a little much. I did. I'm not gonna lie. I did have to pack it on and pack it on and pack it on, but not enough to get rid of this one. So I'm going to keep this one. This is still going to be with us. Another Cargo, and I've already scratched all these off the list. Another Cargo one that I used was this. It doesn't have a name. It just says M032. And this is a quad, so it didn't go onto the roulette wheel. None of these other ones went on the roulette wheel because they're singles or less. Otherwise, I would have had palette bingo number 26 for you. But there it is. I loved it. I used them all. I really do like this. They're so soft. So soft. But there they are. Very, very nice. I'm definitely keeping this one. I did like it, and I'm going to keep it. All right. The next one that I've already scratched off and used is the Bare Minerals. This is in the Soft and Smoky. I believe I had a Get Ready With Me with this one. I'll put a link here if I do. I'm pretty sure with this one I did. I did like a Christmas look. So there is that. Loved it. We'll keep this one as well. Love it. Really, really nice. This one I also did a look for you. This is the Too Faced Christmas Coffee. And I used all of these shadows in that look. All of these got put in that look. So I'll link that one here for you as well. Keeping it. Love it. And I like that it's small. And then I use this one, the Gen Nude and Natural Oasis from Bare Minerals. And this one, yeah, Natural Oasis. I do believe I have a look with this one too. I will link it as well. Loved it. Love this one. I liked it. The green was good. The green was good. So I used that one, and that one got crossed off the list. A single was this MAC. This one is in Sable. I recently used this one too, and I loved it too. So I got that. I don't know why I think I had another one, but I didn't, I guess. Anyway, use this one up, cross it off the list, and I will keep this as well. Now, surprise, surprise, this one came in at the end of December, right at the end, I think the 28th, I believe. Was it the 28th? Or, yeah, around the 28th, I think. But I'm talking days, and it came in right in, and so I was able to use it. It wasn't even on the list yet, but because it's new, it was going to go on the list, and I just used them all. In fact, I did an eye look with that. We'll link that one here. The one I did the eye look was with these, and then this one I had just used. So this is already off the list, guys. This one's already off the list, and this one really wouldn't have made it into the palette bingo anyway, because, or the roulette wheel, because 2, 4, 6, 8. Like, I'm really trying to keep them into 9 or more. That's really what I would like to keep them. So there is that. And so this one already got crossed off the list as well. Loved it. A little powdery. They were somewhat powdery, but they were okay. Yeah, I think that's all that really I needed to talk about. So we'll continue on with palette bingo number 26. I will get that video out as soon as I can. I still have some of the Makeup Geek shadows that I still need to use in terms of singles. So everything, all I did to the master list was just input everything that was for 2023, and I left everything that was already used and scratched off as is. Okay, those will be used as well. They're not going to be forgotten. I'm going to purposely pull them out and use them in conjunction with the whatever palette is going on at that time. I will grab from there too. This way I'm always using my shadows. And the point is that if you look at that video where my goals are and how I want to do the point system, it's forcing me to come here and put makeup on almost every day if I really want those bonus round points. So I do plan to get further along than just 25 palettes this year. I really would love to double that. That would be amazing. Use 50 palettes this year. That would be awesome. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I think this is going to work out. All right, my friends, that is everything. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you in palette bingo number 26. All right, take care. Bye.